Yeah. So I'll call the order at 7:08, and then public participation. So I see we have Cheyenne. So Cheyenne, this is the opportunity if you'd like to say something or talk to us. Or are you here just to listen?
Oh, I'm just gonna listen in.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I thought there was one on the other.
There is. Is that a Mr. and Ms. Kolinek?
Oh yeah.
Hi there, everyone. Jared and Joanna Kalanick here. Julie and Tom actually just reached out to you guys recently. Appreciate it. Just wanted to call in and see what this committee is about, and just kind of more curious. We're both moved into Wakefield in May, middle of May, so we're new residents here in town.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey,
We're really
welcome.
glad
Nice.
to have you here.
Meeting you virtually.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
And Melissa's on the agenda, right?
Melissa's on the agenda. Yeah. Yeah. So moving on, approval of the minutes from October 7th. Can we get a motion for the minutes?
I motion for approval.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Everything? No. All right. All in favor? Robin?
Aye.
Aye. Myra?
Aye.
Julie?
Yes.
Tom?
Aye.
Thanks, guys. That was easy. School pumpkin pickup drop off. So actually, I just spoke to Doug today. He called me. I was waiting for approval to move forward. So he just gave us approval. So we're going to set the date for November 3rd. We're going to do it at all the elementary schools again. We're probably not going to be able to let the kids throw them in this year, unless we can figure out a way of doing it socially distancing. So I think it's just going to be, we'll put the tarps out on the Monday, and then Tuesday afternoon we'll come and pick them up, give people a little bit more of a chance to put them out. I don't think there's a lot else we can do.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
I've been noticing a lot of people's decorations this year include hay bales in addition to pumpkins. Would they accept people's hay bales?
I think so. I will double check.
Because that would be fantastic. Because I know that people are just going to throw that stuff out otherwise.
Right, that's a carbon, isn't it? Yeah, so I would think so.
But we'd have to take off the string, right? I mean, we could do volunteers to remove it as we put it in the truck.
Good point.
Yeah, as long as the string is.
Yeah, I'll ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll double check on that. Yeah. Yeah. But if it's anything like last year, we may have to break them up anyway to get them in, because the truck was full last year.
Sounds like fun.
So that'll be November 3rd. So
Can we issue a challenge to get more, or can they not take more?
They'll take as many as we can give them.
Right. I know we have it written down somewhere.
Get 2 trucks, yeah. But were you suggesting to try and do a challenge?
Oh, I just think it'd be fun to say, last year we did X amount.
Hey, do we have the pounds from last year?
It was about £2,000.
Yeah.
We estimated. So yeah, we could put something in the flyer saying, I don't know, second pumpkin.
Yeah, I know Councillor Butt is already promoting it on town council, even for people who don't have kids.
Yep. Yeah. So, well, I'll put something together and I'll run it by communications at town hall and see if they'll put it on Facebook, and then I'll send it to the PTOs like we did last time.
We should also put it out to the patch and the item as well.
Yeah. Yep. I could do that. Yep.
Jen will do that for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk to Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She was great last year. She helped us out a lot. And we did get a lot of pumpkins and a lot of participation. So, yeah.
So recognizing that my beloved Woodville has a little bit of catch up to do after last year, I think our performance was less than stellar, despite the fact that the high school is right there next to it. What do you think about doing a challenge between the 4? Like, if we could, have a little friendly competition, or is that counter to the idea of
We
the?
could. I mean, if you can get more than 6 pumpkins this time, it would be good.
I'll carve 6 myself. I'll carve 7 myself. We'll bring it down.
So,
Are we
to-
including Canterbury again? Or
I'm going to invite them. I'll
Okay.
give her a call and see if she would like to do it again. Yeah, they enjoyed it last time, and they actually got the most pumpkins.
that's where ours went.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Let us know.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
what could we have? Pumpkin. Come up with alliteration.
yeah.
Cute.
Okay.
Well, Greenwood
yeah.
is actually having a pumpkin competition for the kids
Oh, so they'll,
as part of the Halloween events.
Thank you. Yeah. So Doug actually said that all the elementary schools are going to be getting pumpkins apparently, and they're going to be doing some sort of craft. So there will be a lot more pumpkins potentially this year.
that's good because the high school's
Yeah.
not doing their, we're not doing the pumpkins on the library steps this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cheyenne,
Yes.
are you doing actual pumpkin? I mean, a pumpkin craft to me sounds like something paper based, but you're doing actual pumpkins?
I think they are. They were having categories, so like most scary or funny, or spirit in terms of the school theme. So I believe so.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, let's go. So item 5 on the agenda is student liaison term. So under our policies, I think we call it positive procedures. The school liaison is a 1-year term. So we're going to have to re-advertise. So, so Sophie, if you'd like to be on again, we're going to be sending
Right,
out
yeah.
packs
Submit.
to resubmit. It's just
Okay, so I should just like reapply like the same way I did last year and write in and everything.
Yeah, it's just part of our policy and procedure. It's only a 1-year term, so you have to reapply each year.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I'll send you guys a note anyway and let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, and encourage any of your peers to as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think I don't know, talk for myself, but like last time, it's only one person, but we took all 4. So if there's more, unless it's a crazy number, we will probably take whoever it is.
All right. No, I'll definitely let people know and spread the word.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Rob, do we need
Yeah.
to we need to re-advertise in the item, and then last time
So
we
Sherry does that. Sherry
Okay.
Dalton will do that for us. So I'd already spoken to her, and she just, once we talk tonight, I'll follow up with her, and she'll repost it for us. So,
Okay, great.
Yep.
Last time we had done some outreach to the high school, and I don't know if that's viable. I know that the administrators are very busy, but is it worth reaching back out to Principal McLeod and see if she'd like to share it in the, I mean, it's challenging because science, it was, I think, went through the science teachers last time, and science is not as, I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm happy to reach back out to her if that's part of our advertising it.
Okay. I'll get it together with Sherry then, and I can
see
send
if
it to
we
you.
can Connect with her too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as soon as there's a link, they could put it on their pages and stuff.
Right, because it goes on the website as a.
The youth council
advertising as well.
also has a Instagram that's pretty active. Like I'm sure they would be willing to put it on there too.
Oh, do that. Okay, great. Okay, all right. I'll get back to you tomorrow, and then we'll go from there.
All right. If it's helpful, I can share what we did last time. I think I still have it on my computer if you need the language.
Oh yes, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, item 6 on the agenda, town warrants. So for some reason, I don't have everybody up on the screen. Oh, you just popped. Hello.
Everyone.
So I sent everybody the updated warrant that was submitted. We're going to just, was it 3 slides? I think 3 or 4 slides, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about, trying to get some input from you guys if there's anything else you'd like to see changed or added or.
Let me know when you guys can see the presentation.
Yep,
Good.
it works. Excellent.
So yeah, I just made a few slides on Article 8, which is the styrofoam ban. It's called Sustainable Food Containers and Packaging. Thanks, by the way, for passing this by committee last time. So these slides will be presented at town meeting, just to give kind of an overview of Article 8. So the first slide is just going over what Article 8 is, the main points of it, when the effective date is, enforcement. Let me know if you have any comments.
I have one general comment. Since this is from a town committee, I'm wondering if we are allowed to use the town
Well, that's a very good
PowerPoint
question.
format as a way to show that it's, a committee and not a,
I'll find out about that, and we can always change it over.
yeah, because I mean, it's just a matter of text versus background, but otherwise, so far, so good.
Oh, yeah.
So next slide, is why it's important to implement the article. Describes, the health, environmental impacts, reduce fossil fuel use, and
I would make carcinogen bold.
okay.
In general, Melissa, this is a lot of words and people sit really far from the monitors. I don't think they'll
Okay.
be able to read it all. So I think
Okay.
it needs to get more summary. And then when we speak to it, we can say all the words we don't write, but people are not going to be able to read it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think
good
bold,
point.
sorry, if you do bold certain words, we can also think about handing it out, which I hate to do as the
The
environmental. committee.
sustainability committee.
I know, as I was
Yeah.
coming out of my mouth.
We'll follow afterwards with recycling bins.
Exactly. We'll double side. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I'll definitely reduce the wording. I kind of just wanted to get it all out there and
Yeah.
get everybody's feedback. The next slide is just going over the cost and business impacts. Just kind of going over that it's not going to be a huge burden on businesses and consumers as well as the town.
And are we going to say something about that spreadsheet you had where it gives some alternatives in costing and that resource?
Yeah,
sheet?
so I mentioned that we're going to provide the list
Oh,
of
I'm sorry. Yeah.
alternative containers and the costs to businesses. I don't know if we want to put any specific information in about it.
Do we have somewhere in here that the Wakefield Linfield chamber is somewhat in support of this?
Oh yeah, I should add that.
I'm not sure I'd put words in their mouth. I would say we reached out to the business
Okay.
community or Wakefield Chamber, and I don't know what you can say,
Working with them.
Yeah.
yeah, working with them. Believe me, I think I'm working on getting them lined up to speak, somebody from there. Just knowing internal politics too. I mean, so maybe you say the chamber and other business groups, because there are other groups like Main Streets that we may be able to get out.
Mhm.
I just want
I also sort of under the why the article, to me, I think one of the convincing points was that businesses asking for clarity on what the rules were. And so, at least the reason to do it as sort of a town wide is that it's the right thing to do. It's better for the environment. And also it sort of creates a level playing field for businesses, which is why did,
Yeah, I actually, I have
I think
that.
on the next one, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned that here.
We
So that,
have Saugus and Melrose because I think that's going to be important. Yeah,
mhm.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so this just kind of mentioned, you know, like McDonald's basically succumbed to consumer pressure and got rid of their styrofoam a while ago. Other, you know, adjacent towns have already passed this. They want, you know, Wakefield should remain competitive because of that. And the schools are already moving that direction.
It's great. You know, it makes me think that since it's done, if we all kind of agree on it today, we could get it up on our website, and people could really review it before coming to town meeting or pull it up on their phone if they wanted to.
Yeah. When the warrants are sent out, can we attach this to that? Is there a pack sent out?
No, it's
No, okay.
but it is posted online. So when it gets posted, we can find out whether there's a way. I mean, one of the big complaints we get in town about town meeting and warrants is, we're not the only town, but there are towns that do a much better job of explaining why, all the things that you have here for every article. And so I think it's really great to have kind of a reason why. We probably should do a similar one on the other article as well.
Yeah, just having the material available for people to access, you know, prior and even during the meeting, I think is beneficial and helpful, and not have it, you know, potentially as a paper packet either.
Yeah, I agree.
So we should do one for the other article and then check that we can put them on the official town header, and then post them on the website.
Yeah. I think so. I think the earlier we get them up, the better. And then, you know, if I'm still expecting an article in the paper at some point as it gets closer, then we also, if we have to write letters to the editor or on Facebook, we can refer people to something.
so
Melissa, did you see Cheyenne's correction on the chat for a typo?
No.
Just calling that out. Thank you for that.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I see that now.
I wonder, Melissa, to Robin's point about wordiness, to me, this one could be like a timeline where we could say we're sort of on a trajectory, and that we, you know, that we're not going first, but that we're sort of on I don't know, this, I agree with Robin that finding some ways to make it more, I don't know.
Visual.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean,
Visual.
yeah.
Useful. I also wonder, and this is where I start to dork out a little bit, whether we start with the reasons why, we start with what's the problem, and then sort of, you know, just basically flip slide 3 and slide 2.
Okay.
And say, you know, this is the reason why, and this is the solution that we're proposing.
Okay.
But that's more a question of, I think, personal preference in terms of how you present.
Myra, I personally like that better because you're explaining the, you know, here's the issue, what's the problem, and then, you know, here's our solution to address that.
Okay.
If we do post something early, we could actually online post something with more words and then summarize it for the PowerPoint. So it can sort of be a summary, and then, you know, the meat of it, you know, an executive summary, and then like the details, because this is very compelling. And so I don't want to lose that if someone's only reading that, because this would be said in words. I know it's slightly more work, but I think it would help if it's a standalone.
I like this for somebody who's just pulling it up because it's really descriptive.
Yeah, exactly. And the idea of a timeline, I think, is fantastic. You know, just like, you know, so McDonald's did it way back. Dunkin' Donuts announced it I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe more recent, Melrose, Saugus, Starbucks, or whatever the order is, but just showing how common it is over time would be.
And that makes it more compelling. I mean, that's what the businesses are telling us, is they know it's coming. They just want the rule now, you know, get the rules and they can make their change.
Melissa, do you have a timeline slide? I have a few through work if I could just.
No, I don't.
I can send you that. Want to just pop, you can just do it privately, chat your email, and I'll email you a timeline slide that you can just play around with.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if, I assume the template needs to be changed anyways. If you want it in the town template for slides.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least
we
this
could check
gives you
that
just
tomorrow.
the timeline part that you can put your pieces in and then change the
Okay.
template behind it. No need to recreate the wheel.
Mhm.
Does anybody else have any other comments they'd like to add on, or?
We also want to add a photo of something that is polystyrene.
Yeah, we can add some pictures.
And if anyone sees photos of polystyrene as trash, is it to demonstrate, you know, in Wakefield as seen on sidewalks?
I
That
have
might
some.
be,
Yeah.
keep your eyes up.
From when we did the lake cleanup. One of the lake cleanups, I have a load. I can share them. I'll share them with you. Well, overall, this is great. Thanks for doing this. And
Really great. Thank you so much. And I think it gives us a good outline to do the one for Article 9 as well.
yeah,
And work on.
we have when town meeting is
Town meeting's the 7th.
7th.
We have a meeting before that.
Town council meeting.
No, we have a meeting, don't we? Don't we have a meeting on the 2nd? Or am I wrong?
Oh, I haven't sent that one out yet to check everybody can do.
Okay.
Just to finalize the. I guess if we meet, yeah, I haven't sent that one out yet to find out, because after that November one, then we'll go back to the regular.
I think, Rob, just since, you know, I think I like the idea, like, I think we're all comfortable with this and we can get it posted kind of based on the things we said. Now, since we don't have a draft of the other one, maybe just a few of us can work on it. We can't kind of deliberate on it, but it should be pretty factual. So delegate to a few of us to do that.
Yeah, if 2 members are willing to, or 3 can, right? 2 or 3, so. Oh, 4. Okay. Is there anybody who'd like to work on the other slide and finalize?
I'm happy to help with it. I think I need some help on the science of it. But I'm happy to help with the messaging and the slides.
Great. I'm happy to help as well. So, all right.
And I can help too. I'll make sure we get all the, I'm writing Jen right now. She just sent me something. So, all right. So that sounds good.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
I will say just on the warrants, look through them. We made some changes to them, which I think are all integrated in there. We will be the last, I think we will be the last 2 articles on the warrant. There may be 2 more listed after us, the Friends of Lake Q petition on the development, but it doesn't look like that's going to go through planning board, so they're likely not going to move forward. So we'll probably be the last 2 articles deliberated.
Okay.
And let me know like how, we want to present it.
I think what will happen is So it'll be read out by the moderator, is that what he's called? Because there are fees and fines involved with this, I do think that the finance committee will stand up and make a recommendation to for approval, and then somebody from ESC can stand up and speak. So, or not even ESC, anybody can stand up and speak. I mean, Melissa, you've kind of spearheaded this. If you want to give this one, and then somebody else can give the other one, and then any of us can get up as citizens and speak. And we may want to think about letting citizens speak and then we speak, and kind of, peppering the different people through. Just kind of have to read the room. I would also keep an eye on papers and social media, and if we see things kind of starting to bubble up, we want to do some formal things on our own as well, leading up to it.
Okay.
So far, I haven't heard anything much about it.
We could do a formal letter to the paper anyway.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
probably
couldn't we?
should. Rob, you actually said that after our last meeting. You were right. We probably should. Maybe once the PowerPoints get up, we can do that, and then we have a place to refer people to.
Right. Oh yeah, with the links and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Good.
All right. Well, thanks for that.
Thank you.
So next one. So Joe isn't here. So just trash reduction. We did. Yeah, I'll talk about it. So we did meet with Black Earth Compost, and Joe had a lot of questions, which he got a lot of good answers for. So he's looking at two different options. One is a short term to try and increase the number of people participating by potentially doing an RFP, and then once we have that, we can use whoever responds or wins. Is it they win the RFP?
They'll respond. So generally, then you put an RFP out. Respondents will submit, their proposals, and then depending on who the body is, whether it's purchasing or signing a contract, we'll review those, and then potentially there's a question answer period, and then they'll award the bid or contract to one of the respondents.
Great. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah. So and then we can advertise using the company that wins. And the other one is which is more of a long term, but there's a lot of moving parts right now, is potentially having an actual composting station at the pit for short term, which would be a building. But there's a lot of that's early stages. So that would also they would look at taking our leaves, and Joe's is actually going to start taking some of our leaves and brush to the composting site right now, because they will take the carbons.
So Rob, the first thing that you explained, what would the RFP be for? Is it sort of like a subsidized version of compost or a larger scale, or how does that work?
There's two. So some of the other towns have done that. That some have subsidized, like the starter kits for the bins for the company, and then and the bags and things. So you get the starter kit, and then was it Newton did this, and they got 1,100 people sign up. So that's one.
Manchester by the Sea, part of their refuse budget, they redirect some of the savings from the trash contract, and they subsidize the subscription to Black Earth. So instead of being the $100, those residents are paying $49. I don't know what the number is, but like they're paying $49.
There's a different scale for the amount of people who sign up. So we're just waiting to hear back what the scales are. Like we know at 300, it goes down to $69 with the current people working in town. And then potentially it will go. So it's 99 right now, and it will go down to 69 once it's 300. So.
Right, but it does that without town intervention. So I just didn't know what.
Well, so with the town intervention, with the RFP, we can actually advertise through the town. At the moment, you can't
okay.
do that right now. So once we have a company that
The town would have to always say listing multiple companies to contract with, because they can't show favoritism
Right.
without having a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. Yeah. Green communities. Julie, do you want?
I have a lot more to report on that. We're meeting with the town. Oh, Jared's asking how many people are in Black Earth. Might be online.
169, and there's 19 waiting.
Good push on that. Anyway, green communities. We're meeting on October 31st with kind of the town departments that have an impact or will have a say over this. So that will be good. I think Rob and I are going to that. It is being presented. So Thursday night, we're having a tri-board meeting, meaning the town council and the school committee and the finance committee are all meeting Thursday night. And I'm actually pretty proud, for the second year in a row, the environment is on the agenda. So that's good. Making its way up there. And so I am essentially presenting some of the 5 or 6 general slides on green communities to the groups. So this will be a little bit of its coming out to show what we want to do and why we want to do it. I don't imagine we'll get into a big debate about the 5 items, but I think this will probably be the most public that we're really forward green communities, hopefully for a fall of 2021 application. So that'll be good. I'll have a report on the meeting on October 31st next time.
Great, thanks. Land protection.
Julie, you keep saying
Oh.
October 31st. That's a Saturday.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
And I didn't think
it's the 30th. It's the 30th.
Okay, thank you.
I'll have to confirm that, but you're right. It's not a Saturday.
I mean, I love town employees, but they're not going to work on a Saturday to.
Not on
meet with you.
Halloween.
Sorry.
Good point.
So I did receive some stuff, but I haven't had a chance to go through it yet on the land. So I'll report on that on the next meeting. The plastic bags. So we're up to £1,526.
Woo!
So we still.
On the way to 2,000, is that the goal?
We're easily going to get that. We might get 2,500 the way we go. So we'll see. We haven't. So yeah, potentially we'll definitely get the 4. Well, we're on track to get 4 benches because we have till December 1st. I think so. Yeah, it's going pretty well. And then safe streets group. Was there anything?
No, now you got me all worried about my dates. I wonder what I'm confusing up. Confusing. I believe so. Safe Streets is not an official town board, but I believe they are meeting on the 27th at 7 p.m. And this is really the bike lanes group that has only had 1 meeting. Though I have to say, there's already been some really good collaboration with the public health group, and the youth councils kind of had some concerns about certain intersections, which they're now bringing to this group. So it seems to be working well within systems that are already out there working. I'm actually not in charge of that, thankfully, but there's 2 other people. So if anybody's interested, they can, I guess we'll put it in the newspaper and it'll be online as well. So it should be the 7 o'clock on the 27th.
I joined the last time, and I'll say it was a really fascinating conversation, and it, to me, opened up a lot. I mean, I think I went into it thinking that it was really around bike lanes through Main Street and Albion Street and some of the redesign. But what people talked about, which I have come to really appreciate, is how challenging it is. One person made a point which I thought was really interesting about the north-south corridor through town feels safe to ride, and the east-west corridors feel terrifying. And so there are a lot of streets and that, somebody raised Nahant Street, which I live pretty close to. And so I really appreciate that. So I've started to really think about it in a broader issue. And that, there were some people on there that bike commute as their transportation, that don't have access to cars or don't use them. And so it was really, I thought, a very interesting and enlightening conversation about the depths of our challenges. We talked a little bit too about the sort of sidewalks to nowhere and how hard it can be if you're walking. And I personally was reflecting about when not too long ago, I had strollers, and it's kind of, I live on Richardson Street, which is not very far from downtown. But it was really scary to push my kids in strollers to walk downtown. And so it was a broader conversation than just bike lanes, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, and I think that was the point, was to try to figure out how to make it safer and use things like Complete Streets and the Mass in Motion grants that we have for another year in Wakefield, and just kind of make things a little more coordinated, or maybe even just have a plan. So they're still looking for members. So anybody who has an interest in sidewalks, biking, multimodal, is welcome to join that group.
Great, thanks. Updates. Student members. Sophie, is there anything updates you'd like to give us?
No, I don't have any updates. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. School committee, Susie's not here today, so there's just a lot going on with the schools. Town council, Julie?
Not really, just
No.
the tri-board meeting on Thursday.
Yeah. And Tom?
Just a couple updates. Just on the 22nd is our next installment of Smart Homes forum. It's virtual. We'll focus around the Sense Energy Monitor. So kind of whole house energy monitoring, tying back to behind the meter, and just giving folks insight into where there potentially is savings there.
Is that an open Zoom meeting, or do you have to register for that?
It is an open, so there is a registration link, but it should be just open.
Okay.
I know that the utility actually I have to push out another update on it, but yeah, right now the Zoom link asks you to register. I think it's just to kind of get counting to push out the invite, but that link, that's my understanding, will just work on the time. So that's the 22nd at 7 p.m.
Tom? I was gonna say, so maybe it's stealing the presentation, but what's the value of the rebate?
So the value of the rebate is $50 from the utility, so from us. And then what's even better is that Sense is matching that, so it will be a total of $100. The device is $299.
So a third?
Yeah, so
Nice.
it'll take $100 off. But I think it'll be a really good presentation. We actually have folks from Sense going to be presenting it and showing different things. And I myself have the device, and it's great. Like tells me like you decreased your energy usage by 34% last month, or in July, not so good, you increased your energy use by 40%. So just kind of gives you kind of that real-time information. But for shave the peak things, it's going to tie back to us as the utility to get that information, and then also push out those alerts, and then while we're developing the program, this is the first part. What will eventually happen is during peak events, based on the amount of your reduction, you'll get a credit and rebate on your bill. So that'll be kind of phase 2 of that once we get more of these installed in town. And then just kind of update on the EV chargers. Since the summer, we've seen a fairly good uptick in utilization on all of the EV chargers that we put in town. We've also are registering them so the Department of Energy is running a kind of regionalized data collection on charging. It's called the EV Watts. So we'll be entering ours into that program as well.
Excellent. Thanks, Tom.
Welcome.
Joe's not here, so we don't have an update from him. And the Clean Lake Committee, we haven't met again yet, so no update on that. Anything up there at the moment. Just other business. I did put on there that Tom's new Sense Home meeting on the 22nd at 7. And then the Conservation Committee is hosting a seminar on external light pollution that affects the wildlife and the environment on Thursday, the 29th at 7 p.m. And that's a Zoom meeting as well. So I'm assuming that will be on their agenda. I'm assuming they're hosting that. So,
Yeah, they've
then-
already sent out that agenda, Rob.
is it on? You saw it?
Yeah, Concom has already released that info.
Okay. Great, thanks. And then yeah, just put on there the town meeting is at the November 7th at 8 a.m. at the school field hall. Is it outdoors as well?
Yeah, it'll be inside, I believe, with a tent set up outside for people who don't want to come in. It will be broadcast on WCAT, but of course you can't vote for WCAT, but you can kind of watch what's going on in timing too.
All right. And
And Rob just reminded me, it's October 21st is the Green Communities. Sorry.
Sorry, Julie, what was that correction?
The Green Communities Department Head meeting is this Wednesday, October 21st.
Oh, not October 30th?
No, sorry.
So,
I was wrong on one.
All right, so Green Communities with Departments is the 21st, you said?
Yeah. So it's the same day we're presenting it to the tri-board meeting. So that's actually good. And hopefully we'll have more information.
I thought the
Buy-in.
tri-board you said it was Thursday. Isn't that the 22nd? Or do I have my...
I think I did say Thursday, but it's actually Wednesday. Sorry. Last week's meeting was Thursday.
All right, so it
I
won't
do have a
conflict
calendar.
with...
Like I do actually end up at the right place at the right time. Believe it or not.
You have a lot going on, Julie.
yeah, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know.
Well, and I'll send out a doodle again for the next meeting, and then December.
Rob, just so you know, my Thursday night conflicts are now few and far between, so
Okay.
I hope that helps people with flexibility on time.
Oh, great. That's good to know. Thank you. And then matters not anticipated on the agenda. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add? I don't see any. Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
A second? Is
Sure,
it-
second.
Thanks, Tom. Roll call. Robin?
Yep.
Aye. Myra?
Yep.
Julie?
Yes.
Tom? Yeah. Great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See
Take
you.
care.
Bye.